What is up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome back to another pixel art tutorial. Today is a little bit of a rough day for me, so bear with me. I found out people are uploading my stuff to TikTok, of all places, and getting full credit for not showing where they got it from. So you already know the channel's really small. The channel hasn't been growing much, so it kind of annoys me that people wouldn't give credit to help the channel grow, considering they're taking my content. But yeah, after sitting down and thinking, I'm gonna work through it. I owe you guys the end of this tutorial. Whether I continue after that or not is still up to me, but let's just get this one done. So let's go to the bottom of the build, and we're gonna start with the left side of the jacket today. And I think we should have some wood marked out right here, a dirt block on the top of this 3 vertical right here. And if you don't, let me just zoom out so you can see where it is. It's where the neck comes down kind of to the jacket and then it splits. There's just 3 vertical right after this lengthy 7 vertical. And from that 3 vertical, we can either start the rest of the collar, but actually there is some yellow left stuff to do over on here. So what instead I'll do is let's go to the left over here where we have these singles kind of floating by themselves and work with that first. Sorry if I just jumped over. I didn't even notice we didn't do this yet. So anyways, from these singles we have to the left of that from that dirt block, should be about 8 of them in a row. We're gonna go to this top one in the 8, so this one right here. You can see it's connected to these 2 verticals, and what we're gonna do is put an extra coal to the right. We're then gonna go down into the right 5 vertical with coal, so put a placement block underneath or to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into left 1 single. And from that single, we're going to put a placement block underneath and do 2 things with that placement block. First, you're going to grab orange concrete from your inventory. So if you don't have that yet, get it. And we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Then from that same dirt block, we're going to go to the left of it with coal and put 2 to the left. 1, 2. So we have this. We're not going to work with the orange concrete yet. Instead, we're going to finish up with this coal and then come back to it. The jacket is yellow, but there's orange parts for shading, and there's going to be another one over on the right side. So from the 2 flat right here, we're just going to go down into the left 6 flat. So placement block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're done with that. So now we can go over to the 2 vertical with orange and go down into the right 2 vertical. We're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3, and finally 1, 2, that's 4. And then we're going to go down into the right 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're really close to the wall. So all we're going to do now is go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2, and then down into the right 1 single. 1. Perfect. So if you wanted to, you could color in this top part with orange and the rest of it with yellow. However, it's not really important right now, as we're going to jump over to the right side for a quick second and do the shading over there. And then once we're done with that shading, I want you to come over right back to this 3 vertical where we have the dirt right here, because we'll start with the collar immediately. So let's go to the right shoulder now, to where we have this little dip in the shoulder. This is like one of the pads if you know the thumbnail. To the left of it though, we're going to kind of just do some orange stuff over here. So let's go above it, where we have these 4 singles in a row that kind of lead up into the neck. Let me just mark it so you can see. We're going to go to the top in the 4 singles, kind of like what we did to the left side. And from this top block, we're going to put 13 pieces of orange concrete below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we're going to go down into the left 3 vertical. So place some block underneath. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And you can see met up at the diagonal. We can now fill in everything to the left of this with orange if we wanted to, and then the rest of the jacket would be yellow. But what I said is we're going to immediately jump over to the left side where we have the 3 vertical with that dirt block, and we'll get jumped right into the collar. So let's fly all the way over there. You can get rid of the dirt block now and switch over to your coal, and we're going to put 5 pieces of coal going directly to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Placement block on the end. Down into the right 3 flat, and we're going to do that actually 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, that's 1. Placement block on the end. 1, 2, sorry. 2, 3, that's 2, placement block, and finally 1, 2, 3, and let's go back now and delete those dirt blocks. Perfect. From there, what we're gonna do is, from this last set of 3 flat, before we go down with it further, I want you to put 2 placement blocks on top of the final block. So 1, 2, and then a coal on top of that. And that's just gonna be some minor detail later, so let's leave it for now. I'm gonna mark it. We're gonna come back to it later once we're done marking out the rest of the shape. So from this 3 flat, we're gonna go down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, down into the right 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, placement block at the end, down into the right 3 flat again, 1, 2, 3, placement block, down into the right 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, placement block, down into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, down into the right 5 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finally we're going to go down into the right 14 vertical, so placement block on the bottom or right side, switch over to your coal, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Perfect. Once you have that 14, we can double back with it to the left side to try and kind of fix the collar shape, or we can work with the right side. So I'm going to mark this bottom block because we're going to come back to it later. But what we're first going to do is we're going to put 5 pieces of coal to the left of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a placement block. Up into the left 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Placement block. Up into the left 4 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. Up into the left 2 flat. 1, 2. Up into left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Up into left 2 flat again. 1, 2. And then we're going to reach the wall by going up into left 3, then 2 flat. So placement block 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. Perfect. Now going back to the bottom right corner over here where we have the dirt block waiting for us, we're going to delete that now and put another dirt block to the right so we can go down into the right 7 flat with coal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And from that 7, what we can do is we could usually use this to start building up and have this arching path, but we already had the start of it over there, so we can bring that down later and we should be good. So from the end of the 7, we're going to put a placement block on the end. And from that new placement block, on the right side of it, we're going to put 6 going after it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But on top of it, we're going to put 20 blocks going straight up. And this should actually connect with the jaw up there, so just count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and the 20th block was already there. Perfect. So let's go back down here now, and to the 6th flat we have on the right side now. I want you to do 2 things. First, we're going to go to the right side of it and count 3 blocks to the left. So 1, 2, 3. So this one right here. And from there, we're going to put 2 placement blocks on top. 1, 2. And then 15 coal going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. From that 15 vertical, we're going to go up into the right 3 flat. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally up into the right 3 flat again. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now we can backtrack to the bottom again where we had the 6 flat here. And like I said, we're going to do a few things with it. So once we did that, we can go to the ending on the right side. Put a placement block there so we can go up into the right 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have a bit of a detour again from this 6 vertical. Starting from the bottom block, let's count up 3. 1, 2, 3. And on that 3rd block, what we're actually going to do is we're going to put 2 pieces of coal to the right. 1, 2. We're then going to go up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the right 1 single. and then up and to the right 2 flat again, 1, 2, and it should touch the wall. Perfect. Now let's backtrack to the 6 vertical that we built this extension off of, and from the top block now we can go up into the right 8 vertical. So placement block to the top or right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up into the right 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row, 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2. And then finally up into the right 1 single. Perfect. So that's pretty much it for the collar. All we have to do now is go over to the left side where we had that floating single block, bring it in to make this little texture. I mean, not this texture, this line art thing go. And then we can move up to the mouth. So let's go to that single we had all the way over here. And actually, I don't really know where this was built from. So, sorry, I'm gonna yawn. Oh, why am I so tired? Sorry about that. So from that single, what we're gonna do is put 1 to the left. And now it's a 2 flat. So on the left side of it, we're gonna go up into the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And then up into the left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Now going back to the right side of the 2 flat, we can go to the right with our placement block or underneath, and we're gonna go down into the right 4 flat, and we're gonna do that 4 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, placement block, 1, 2, 3, 4, placement block, 1, 2, 3, whoops, 3, 4, and finally 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. We're almost done here. All we're gonna do now is go down into the right 5 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And then finally down into the right 14 vertical. So placement block on the right or bottom side and go straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now we can go back and delete these extra dirt blocks that are in our path. But it should look nice on the collar, so I'm going to save it real quick before we move on to the face. Alright, so for the face, there's actually like 2 shading spots for the nose, and then there's just a whole bunch of stuff. So what I want to make sure is our inventory is correct. So we're going to need coal, we're going to need placement blocks, and we're also going to need a darker wood, so oak planks mainly, which we already have, so that's good. So I'm going to put them next to each other just so it's easier for me to work with. And then we're going to go up to the top right eye, and we're going to go to this white bit on the left side of it. So let me mark it for you to see. So this is the eye on the top right, or just the right eye. And you can see that we have this slope with 2 singles, 2 vertical, 2 vertical, and that's where we want to work with. So we're going to use our placement blocks to kind of extend out and help us find where we need to go. So from the top set of 2 vertical, we're going to go down into the left from the bottom block. So this is the top set right here. We're going to go to this bottom block in it, and we're going to go down into the left a single 4 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, with coal. I mean, not coal, with dirt. And then after that, we can switch to our oak planks and put 1 piece of oak plank going down into the left, like so. We can then put 1 to the left and 1 to the right of the single we just added. And then working with this block on the bottom we just added, we're going to go down into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all with oak. I'll tell you when to switch back to coal. The bottom block in the 4 vertical, we're going to go to the left and put a single. We're then going to go up into the left 1 single. Up into the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can actually delete all these dirt blocks now and color this in with the oak. And that's it for the shading above the nose. Now going to this bottom left corner of what we just shaded in, there should be this single by itself. If we go underneath it, we can put 4 pieces of dirt going straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 coal, like this. We can then go down into left 3 singles, from that coal. So 1, 2, 3, like so. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to put 6 pieces of placement block to the left of this bottom block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from that final placement block on the left side, we're going to put 1 coal on top. And then we're going to go up and to the left 1 single. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is from the singles we just placed, we're going to go to this right block in it. So this right one is the lower one. And underneath it, we're going to put some placement blocks. Let me just make sure. We want to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 placement blocks. And then 1 coal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then a placement block. From that placement block, we're going to put 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to put 5 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. From the left side of this line we just created now, we can put a placement block on the left side so we can go down into the left 2 flat, 1, 2. And now looking at this is a nice little curvature for the mouth. What we can do is go to the right side and count over 4 blocks from the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. And on that 4th block, we're going to put 4 placement blocks underneath it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 coal. And then delete that. And actually, that's not going to be coal. We're going to switch this coal to oak plank now. So just switch it over to oak real quick, because this is shading below the lip. And from this oak plank, we're going to put 1 to the left. We're then going to go down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 vertical, 1, 2. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And from this 2 flat, we're going to go to the right block in it and put 1 coal on top. And then we're going to go up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And I keep saying coal. I'm sorry. This is all oak plank below the lip. Make sure you do that all oak plank. I'm going to keep on messing up because I'm stupid. But fill it in now, and that's what you have. So once you do this now, we are completely done with the face. The only thing we have left to do is the eyes. And for the eyes, what we're going to do... not the eyes, I'm sorry, the hair. And for the hair, we're going to do the segments where we split into orange or yellow. So I want you to swap your inventory over so that orange concrete is close to your placement block, and then fly up to the top left part of his hair above the ear, and we should continue from there. Alright, so going to this top left corner of Zenitsu's body or hair, what we're going to do is find this 2 vertical up here if you can. So what I want you to do, in order to help you find it, there's a 7 singles to the left of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the right side of it, there's some more singles, about 6 of them. So once you find that, you should be good to go. So from this 2 vertical right here, we're going to go up to the single next to it. And from the single next to it, this first one right here, we're going to put 1 orange to the right. From there, we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical with the orange. So placement block underneath, 1, 2. We're then going to go down into the right 2 singles with the orange, 1, 2. And as you can see, it collects to the wall. So everything to the left right here in this segment is going to be orange, while everything above it's going to be yellow. We still have to piece up a bunch of the other stuff. So now that you've connected to this coal right here, we're going to go to the bottom block in the coal and go down into the right 1 single with the orange from it. Down into the right 2 vertical with the orange, 1, 2. And you connect to another part right here. So you can kind of see how this pattern's going to kind of be kind of repetitive right here. So all we're going to do in this next part is in the coal we just connected to, we're going to go to the bottom block in it. And from that bottom block, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat with the orange. So place a block underneath or to the right side, 1, 2. And we connect to a wall again. So now we've separated these 3 segments of his hair with orange. You would fill in this segment, this one, and this one. But each of these also have their own little shape right here. I don't know what I was about to say. Hopefully it wasn't a cuss word. But yeah. So next part, going to where we just connected this 2 flat to the coal, let's trace it down its roots to the first signs of a 3 vertical, so right here. So you see we connected right here. If you go down, 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 here's another 3 vertical. And from that 3 vertical, we're going to go to the middle block and put 1 orange to the right of that middle block. From that 1 to the right, we're going to go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And from that 2 flat, we're going to go to this right block in it and put 1 underneath, like so. And then down into the right 1 single to meet up with the coal. Perfect. From the coal we just connected to, we're going to go to the right side of it and put a placement block underneath so that we can go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. Down into the right 3 singles now, 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, it connected to the wall, and that actually covered up 2 different strands of his hair. If you can see, that last single right here blocks off this segment right here, so everything below this is going to be orange, even all of that below his hair. So that saves us a lot of time actually, and a lot of this is all just about moving from what we just connected to. So that's why this part's a lot more simpler to do at the end. So where we just connected this last single to the coal, you can see it's a 5 vertical segment right here. What we can do is go to the top of this 5 vertical segment and put an orange up there, like so. Let me just zoom out so you can see. And from that orange, we're going to add another 8 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it touches the wall again. Perfect. Let's go to the opposite side of the wall it just connected to and put 2 flat pieces of orange on that side. So 1, 2. And then from that 2 flat, we're going to go up and to the right, 1 single, and connect to the wall again. Perfect. So, am I missing anything? Let me just make sure real quick. Nope, we're doing good. So where we just connected to again, if you see, we're at the top part of this segment right here. If we look up from it, there's this huge, I want to say 18 block segment right here. And we can go up to the second to last block from the top from it. So you can see we connected, follow it all the way up here. And the second to last block, so this one at the top, we're going to put 4 pieces of orange concrete to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. From that, we can go to the right side of the coal we just connected to and put 5 pieces of concrete to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It connects again. And then we can go to the right of this again and put 2 pieces of flat concrete to the right. 1, 2. And then go up and to the right, 2 flat. 1, 2. Looking from where we connected again, if you follow this coal all the way up, there should be another stack of about 14 vertical connected to it. And all we're going to do is actually go to the first block in that 14 vertical, and we're going to put 2 pieces of orange concrete to the right. 1, 2. A lot more simpler than the other ones. I thought we would have to go all the way up there and connect it, but we're good. Alright. So now there's not really much to jump onto to connect, because this is where his hair parts for his face. This is skin right here. This triangle that I'm swinging at is skin. So the only next part of his hair is right over here, actually. So we're going to have to jump a little bit over. And what I want you to do is find this part of this area that's kind of level to where we just connected, actually. So where the 2 flat connected, if we go to the right, this 6 vertical is what we want. So let me just mark it and zoom out. So it's really, really close, actually. So don't worry about that gap. Just find that. And from the bottom block in that 6 vertical, we're going to switch over to our orange concrete and put 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me delete these extra dirt blocks now. And where that 5 connected, we're going to go down 1 level. So right here. Whoops, right here. And we're going to put 6 orange concrete to the right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as you can see, a lot of this process is really simple. Everything kind of connects together, but it's just important to not get lost as you do it, because then you might put it in the wrong spot. So looking at the right over here, there's another gap where his skin would be right here, but then you can see there's a triangle dip right here and another triangle dip over here. So this is where the hair continues. So let's find this little triangle slip right here And what I want you to do is find the 4 vertical on the bottom end of the dip. Let me just mark it. You can see it's right next to his eyebrows finish. There's a 4 vertical and then 2, 2, 2. Don't get it confused with the one above it. There's 2 of them in a row. We want the bottom set of 4 vertical, the one that's right before the 2s. And I'm sorry if this is kind of confusing, but if you do mess this part up, just be warned that it's not that bad, because all you need are just lines in his hair. So let's say I accidentally put it up here instead of like 4 below it or whatever, you would be just fine. So anyways, from this 4 vertical, we're going to go to the second to last block from the bottom, so this one right here. And we're going to put one concrete to the right. And then we're going to go up and to the right 2 flat with the orange concrete. 1, 2. From where it just connected to the wall, we're going to drop down a level, so 1 level down. And we're going to put 7 orange concrete to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're then going to go to the opposite side and put 4 orange concrete after that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it connects at a diagonal this time. But also there's kind of a gap. So what we can do is ignore this diagonal and just go to where this gap is. And on the opposite side of the gap, there's this 4 vertical right here. So let me just mark it so you can see. And we'll just continue from that 4 vertical. We're going to go down into the right from the bottom block in it. 4 flat with the orange concrete. So put 1 below or to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. From that 4 flat, we're going to go down into the right 1 single. And it connects to the wall just fine. Alright, so we're really close to this other eyebrow now, but what we can do is go up and to the right over here, where we have another start of more of the hair. And this is actually, I think, a 14 vertical segments. Let me just mark it so you can see it. It's really, really close to what we just finished as. I'm just trying to zoom out as much as possible just so that you don't get lost. But from this 14 vertical segment, what we're going to do is on the top block in it, we're going to put 1 orange concrete on top. We're then going to put 1 to the right of that. And then we're going to go up and to the right 3 flat with orange concrete. So placing block 2 to top or right side. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, it connects at a diagonal. If we follow this orange concrete to the opposite side of this coal that's after the gap, so there's a 1 space gap right here, the opposite side of this coal, we're not dropping a level, we're keeping it on the same level. We're going to put 3 orange concrete after that. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go down into the right 2 flat with orange concrete. 1, 2. We're almost done, guys, and then we'll go over the colors and your Zenitsu will be complete. I'm going to be posting these on TikTok. If you guys have not followed me yet on TikTok or Instagram, be sure to check me out at PhoenixDeathMC. You guys have been showing a lot of love over there, actually, and I'm beginning to think the YouTube algorithm is broken because the love isn't here. I mean, people who watch me love me, which I thank you guys for, but the love isn't here in the YouTube algorithm where it doesn't support my channel, so I'm not really motivated to upload as much because it's the time isn't worth it. So I don't know what's up with the YouTube algorithm, but TikTok definitely has its act together. So going to where we just connected it, we're going to see that there's a little bit of up and down over here, and there's a 3 vertical and a 4 vertical after it. So let me just mark it so you can see. And what we're gonna do is from the 4 vertical actually. So ignore the 3 vertical. We just wanted to see where it connected to because it was level with what we just did. So from the 4 vertical, we're gonna go to the top block in it, and we're going to switch to our orange concrete and put 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. We're then gonna go down to the right 1 single, and that should connect us to the wall. And then from where we connected, we're gonna drop 1 level down. And we're going to put 5 pieces of orange concrete to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now where we just connected to, this should be the 7 block segment of coal right here. We're going to go to the bottom of it. And we're going to put 1 orange concrete on the bottom like that. So you can see we just connected to it, and then going to the bottom, we just put 1 orange concrete there. From that 1 single, we're going to go down into the right 3 flat. So placement block on the bottom or right side. 1, 2, 3. And now we've connected at a diagonal again. So all we're going to do with that is, how do we want to do this? Let's backtrack a little bit. From this 3 flat, I want you to delete all of this and leave the single there. So we have this orange single. I want you to place 1 orange below it and then delete the top one. So now we have this gap right here. And then we're going to go down into the right 3 flat with our orange concrete. 1, 2, 3. So just so you can see, we now have a 1 segment gap here. Before we had it directly connected. We just want this gap. And now it's connected to the wall. So from where this 3 flat reaches the coal, we're going to count 2 blocks down. So 1, 2. And we're going to go to the right and put 2 pieces of orange concrete there. 1, 2. We're then going to go down into the right 3 flat with orange concrete. 1, 2, 3. And on the opposite side of this coal segment, we're going to put 4 pieces of orange concrete after that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that closes out that part of the shape. Now there is a last bit of a minor section right here to do, and then we're done. So where we just connected to, you see that we're connected to this 2 flat of coal. Let's follow it down so we have the single right here, and then this 2 vertical. So let me just mark it so you can see it. And from that 2 vertical, we're going to go underneath it with our orange concrete and put 1 below it. We're then going to go down into left 1 single with orange concrete. Down into left 2 vertical, 1, 2. And then finally down into left 2 flat, 1, 2. And before we're done here, let's grab our yellow concrete just so you don't forget. And everything above what we just filled in, this tiny segment right here, is going to be actually all yellow. It's very hard to actually catch. So I just want to make sure you have this done before we jump into the finished build. So everything right there, yellow. Perfect. And everything below this is orange now. So we're actually pretty much done with the hair. So we're going to use those orange lines to separate where we put the orange in. But everything above it is going to be yellow. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this build. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more pixel art content. We're going to jump into the finished build and go over it with you guys there. Before we jump into the finished build, real quick, there's some shading below the neck. What we're going to do is go to the neck right here. And I want you to go to the 3 flat we have underneath the neck. So right here, let me find it. This first 3 flat. So we have this 5 next to it. And then there's a 3 flat. We're going to go to this block all the way on the right over here. And switch over to our block concrete and put 1 on top. And then all we're going to do is go up and to the left 9 singles until we touch the wall over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And everything to the right over here is going to be filled in with black, while everything to the left is going to be skin colored. Sorry for the confusion. Let's get back into the finished build and go over the colors now. Alright, and we're back with the finished build, guys. So this is looking pretty awesome. What we're going to do is go over the color palette that you're going to need. It's going to be a full toolbar, so I suggest doing one of the colors really early and then swapping it out with a swiftness potion. You're going to need brown concrete, yellow terracotta, orange concrete, oak planks, gray concrete, yellow concrete, black concrete, white concrete, and birch planks. Alright, I didn't really organize that well, that's my fault. But if you start from the lower left part of the build, you can see each of these shoulder pads are going to get filled in with white concrete. So you have 1, 2 on the left side, and you have 1 on the right side. We already did the yellow terracotta shading on this part of the shoulder. Maybe I didn't use yellow actually in the tutorial. I need to go back and check. But we're supposed to use yellow terracotta for this little corner right here, and then yellow concrete for the rest of the cloak. Same thing goes on the left side, yellow terracotta for this little indent over here for the shading, and then yellow concrete for the rest of it. And that leaves the entire inner part of his little uniform to be gray concrete, other than this fold in the collar, which is going to be white concrete. Going under the neck, we just did the shading, which is going to have this little black line right there, but everything else is going to be oak planks. Then above that, his face is going to be birch planks. As you can see, we're using oak as a form of shading, so in the ear as well. I only colored the inner part with the oak planks, but you don't really have to do that. You could do the entire thing with birch. As you can see, it's not much different when you're zoomed out. But the entire face is going to be birch planks. When filling in the face, just make sure that these top segments of above his eyebrows are filled in. You can see there's one right there, another right there. There's this little slit right here above the eyebrow. That's skin. Don't get that confused with hair. And then there's another one over here. So in total, there's about 4 little segments that you have to watch out for. The eyebrow, we already have those marked out. You can see the left eyebrow, we have the left side orange, right side yellow. And the right side, we have right side orange, left side yellow. Very, very simple. Going to the eyes, did a little bit of a weird thing with the coloring. His entire lower pupil is going to be yellow terracotta, and in the most inner part, it's going to be brown concrete, along with the top half of this oval, brown concrete as well. And then everything else, white concrete for the actual eye. And that's the same structure for the right eye. You can see we have the yellow terracotta on the bottom half with brown in the center, and then brown on the top as well, all surrounded by white concrete. And then the most difficult part, which has now become easy if you at the end of the tutorial, is the orange and yellow in the hair. Everything below what we sectioned off will be orange, as you can see on every single part of the segments. Everything below is orange and everything above is yellow. So make sure you take your time filling that in. Even on the right side over here, make sure you didn't miss this segment. There's a little bit of a yellow-ish corner triangle piece over here that's not supposed to be left alone. And all the hair below this and behind his head is of course shaded in, so that's orange down here, and it's orange on the bottom left side behind his ear over here. So once you have that done, you'll be completed with your Zenitsu Agatsuma pixel art tutorial. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the Demon Slayer build. I probably will have Inosuke coming out soon. I have to work on that. I'm working on Overhaul and a whole bunch of other Demon Slayer stuff as well. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.